I do fundamentally recognize that there are not too many businesses out there that can be around with the same owner. Not just, the name of the business that may have gone through a couple hands, but Highway Inn has stayed in the same family for 75 years. And so definitely, I'm really proud of our staff, my family, our customers who have supported us through all these years and all these generations, so that we can celebrate this very amazing milestone, our Diamond Jubilee. So Highway Inn was started by my grandparents, Seiichi and Nancy Toguchi, in 1947 on Farrington Highway, which is why we're named Highway Inn. And then it progressed to, my grandparents moved it to Depot Road in the 60s and became very popular. My father trains with my grandfather for several years in the late 1970s. Takes over, moves the restaurant to Leoku Street. We're there for about 35 years. And during that time, he suffers a stroke in 2003. SARS had broken out at the time. I was working on my PhD. My sister and I came back to transition the company to the third generation. I went back to Oregon. My sister Regina stayed back and ran the company pretty well and independently for about 5 years. Did a fantastic job. And then I came back and then had the opportunity to open up our Kaka'ako location in 2013. And then in 2015, we partnered with the Bishop Museum.
When he came back from Okinawa, maybe 14 or 15, and then he couldn't speak English. So his only job was that of a dishwasher. So he worked at this Kekaulike cafe. I guess that's how he met my mom. And when he was picked up and sent to the relocation center, but there was a relocation centers, all around the country. So my older brother in 1944 was born in Arkansas, Little Rock. I was born at Tule Lake. And just after that, the war ended. In 1945, the war ended. So when in 1946, he came back. What was he supposed to do? His only motivation was to support his children, support the family. That's it. He tried different occupation. He never intended to be a cook. But when he went to the relocation center, they had to write down work history. So he had to write down dishwasher. So he worked in the kitchen. My dad was a very conscientious person as far as observing things and learning. He was watching all of the executive chefs from Chicago and New York. They were all congregated in the same relocation center. So he watched them and he learned from them how to cook and how to do certain things. That was basically the only education he had. He was lacking my funds, to build everything. But grandmother, went around solicited funds for him to invest into the restaurant.
In the 1940s, if you think about the political, cultural, historical context of Hawaii, much of the Hawaiian culture and language was very much oppressed. The only way you could really get Hawaiian food is if somebody cooked it for you. So that pretty much meant you had to know a Hawaiian family. My grandfather, having many Hawaiian friends, really, really loved Hawaiian food and wanted to share this cuisine with people. I think how amazing it is because, both of them really came from not much, and particularly my grandfather. And they started off with 3 employees, my grandpa, my grandmother, and a dishwasher. And today Highway Inn has about 110 employees.
My mother was a short, jolly person. She was very friendly and very giving. She was the one who set the tone because, like I said, the customers were mostly English speaking and he couldn't speak English that well. So he kind of left everything up to her, to do the thing. Oh, no more money. Okay, next time pay. My father got upset, but he said, that's it. That was the way she was, So a lot of times, she gave away free food, I guess.
His
People want to go where they feel appreciated, where they're recognized. And I think we do that very well at Highway Inn. I think more so at Waipahu. And I want to say that because, I ran Waipahu's. We had this like signal that we would do. We would say attention, so the kitchen would know to pay close attention, and also for others to know, so that if we can go to that table, and give them suggestions or let them sample something. And I think those experiences for them then would spread.
Memorable thing that one of these places always packed.
Yes, and have beautiful people that work here.
We owe a lot of the success and the continuity of Highway Inn really to the staff that have dedicated their lives. Edna, who's been with us for over 35 years, Juanita, who has since retired but was with us for almost 50, Celia, who has been with us for over 25 years, Wilma and Claudia and Julie, who was our general manager until most recently, was with us for 20 years. The team there that has really worked with my grandfather, my father, my sister, myself. And it's really that kind of commitment and that recognition that we're doing something special. And I think that then transcends into our Kaka'ako team. Trying to mimic that same culture that has started in Waipahu. So Kaka'ako being kind of the baby sister is relatively new at 8 years old. And I've been, with the team there. David has been with me for a very long time. Ku'uipo has been with me for a long time. Just trying to continue that Highway Inn culture of ohana and recognizing how long we've been around, but also that we have and serve multi-generational customers that have supported us for a very long time.
You say why all the customers came back to Highway Inn?
I don't know.
Because they get good food.
Like I said, my dad was a simple person, so his recipes, whatever, was all simple. He created his own, method of cooking and spicing and flavoring. He again, like I say, was instrumental as far as teaching people the cooking and all that. People got accustomed to it, and then they got children and family, and they started to identify as saying, "Oh, this is the kind of Hawaiian food I remember when I was small kid."
As far as I can remember, my dad and my mom used to take me back. I'm 60 years old now, so way back when.
My uncle Gary continued the cooking well after my grandpa passed away. He was able to continue us into the next 30 years. My uncle passed away during the pandemic. Not from COVID, but in 2020. The continuity of our foods, having employees like Ami Fernandez, who's been with us also, over 20 years. Such a dedicated, hardworking employee. It's been able to help us to continue our foods the way that my grandparents had made them.
For everybody, especially my part, because I feel like this is my bread that I earn every day to help me support my living. And then when the pandemic came, so I thought it's cut everything already for me. But I'm so thankful that this business always stand even though there's pandemic. Boss Monica and Boss Russell did their best just to operate and give us hours to come to work. One thing that I remember and make me feel like cry, customers just keep on coming. They said, "We like to support you guys because we don't like Highway Inn to close." That's what customers told us. And we're so thankful for that.
Me and my husband have spoken about it, obviously, and it was like, our goal is just to survive this. Whatever we need to do, whatever we need to keep our staff safe and our business continuing. We constantly reminded ourselves of the recency bias, that although this feels like the end of the world, although this feels like forever, this is just a temporary moment.
One of the most important things which has happened over the last 75 years is the brand of Highway Inn is become a really strong brand in Hawaii locally. and people know it. People know the songs, they know what we stand for. And one thing I've really learned is brand equity is an incredibly hard thing to earn. You can either buy it with a ton of money or you can earn it. And Hawaiian has earned it over the last 75 years.
Ever since I work here, every time I go out, customers see me, you know my name to them, Hawaiian Auntie. We were in Seattle City. Customers was over there, and then I taking picture, go shaka like that. Said, oh, that's a Hawaiian Auntie. I said, I was so surprised, and they come hug me.
I guess when you are doing the heavy lifting and all of that day after day after day, that kind of notoriety that you understand you have, something sometimes often hard to grasp. To a large extent, be true because we continue having guests from all over the world. We continue having the guests that we have grown up with, and so from that, there must be something special going on.
It's not uncommon for us to have customers coming in and then treating the next table, especially if they see people who've never had Hawaiian food if it's their first time, and then they're trying to struggle with what to order, and then they see that they're eating Hawaiian food. And so I think they're like happy that they're trying, tourists are trying Hawaiian food, so then they want to pay for the meal. So it's a special thing. I don't know how we got there, but I hope that we can continue to have that and that close relationship with our customers. So I think it's up to Monica. I trust her vision and her judgment of how she's going to be able to bring the company to be relevant. What I hope for Hawaiian is that we can reach our 100-year anniversary. That would be amazing.
When you understand how hard your grandparents and your parents have worked to make the kind of sacrifices to give you something that you can create jobs for 110 employees, that you can serve millions and millions of people, that you represent something so special and unique to Hawaii, and you mean something to families here. It is quite an accomplishment. My sister probably might have said this, but we just want them to be proud that what they started, that they're proud to see how this has continued.